Hi everybody, I'm Stirling. I'm not on camera obviously because you can see my lips are not moving. Kristen's lips are moving, but that's not my voice coming from them. I'm going to ask Kristen a few questions about content marketing. We want to explain to people the basics of what the term content marketing means. So could you please give us a synopsis?
Well, I like to start out with the result that you want to obtain. You want to increase your bottom line. How are you going to increase your bottom line? Well, here's an idea. What if you had a whole list of customers, people that came in or whatever, to your store and voluntarily signed up and said, yes, I want to hear what what specials you're having, what coupons, whatever you do in your business that is good for business. So whether that just be news about new products or some type of discount or some type of something, whatever it is that you do, wouldn't it be great if you could let your people know about it and they wanted to know about it? Because for every person that you let know about it, they all have a family. If you offer something good enough, of course they're going to tell their sister or their kid or whoever. So how do wouldn't it be great if there was theoretically, a way to use the internet to connect with other people? Which sounds like kind of a basic thing because we all know we can email our sister-in-law or we can talk to them on Facebook. But how does this apply to getting new business? How are you going to get new business out of the internet? Everybody hears every day that there's all this business to be found online, but how do you find it? How are you going to find it in your business? Well, a lot of people think, of course, my business needs to be online. I need a website. Okay, well, that's good. A website's good, but even if you have it, let's say you have a 5 or 10 page website, that's going to come up in the search engine maybe 10 to 20 times for 10 to 20 different terms, which is good. But depending on what you actually do with the website, depending on the SEO quality of the website and whatever, it may not be doing much for you at all. Some of them hardly ever get seen. Some of them get seen, under a few different search terms. People go to Google, type in something, maybe, it'll pop up there under a few different terms that people might type in. But what if you could just hit a whole bunch of the terms that people might type in that relate to your business? Okay? So the thing is, what if you had a way to use a website to kind of get the attention of everybody that you wished was a customer? If you have what is called a blog, you have an opportunity to ask everybody's question, answer everybody's questions. You can be the question answerer. You can be the person that is bringing the information to people that they desire, and then if they're coming to your website, then it can be your branding and marketing, and positioning yourself as an authority online. Or if it's not just an individual person's business, it can be branding, marketing, and positioning your business as an authority online. Do you have a question?
So the bottom line is, what you're trying to say is that instead of going out and getting customers, your objective is to have them find you.
Right. Everybody's looking for everything online. You can bet that some of your customers are typing in something. Some of your potential customers are typing in something into a search engine somewhere that has something to do with your business. So why not take advantage of that? So that if you have a blog page that answers that question that they're typing in, they're only typing into Google or search engines because they want an answer to a question. That's the only reason that they go. Some type of question. Whatever it is, they want more information. When was the last time that you ever went to a search engine and typed in something where you didn't want to find something?
Right, and if you know your business, then you're going to know what kind of questions the people are.
Sure, you can tell that by what type of questions people ask you all the time about your business, or what type of questions that people ask you all the time about your competitor's business, or things that, I mean, those are great things to write about because those are the questions that your customers, your audience, has for you. And if you're a local business, one of the things that you can do that could be really helpful is writing about your community. If you write about your local festivals or local places of interest or whatever, the types of things that people might be looking up online, then you have a page about it, you're providing the information, and then on the branding on your website there is all the information about your business. Come here to my local business, here's my address, blah blah blah, sign up below for coupons, sign up below for news alerts. If you have a trendy shoe store and that's your deal, is you sell trendy shoes to young people and that's what your business is based on, then you're going to say sign up below and I will send you news as soon as we get in new shipments of the best looking, most awesome shoes in the world. So whatever tempts your audience, give them an incentive to sign up there.
So give me an example, like, I used to be involved in a surveying engineering equipment business, and people would come to me and sometimes ask me, how do I do such and such? And I'd give them an answer. Give us a little insight how we could take a situation like people used to come into my shop and ask me, how do I adjust my instrument in the field? And I would explain to them how to do that, and they'd go off happy and they'd tell their friends that I told them. Give us some insight as to how you could use your blog and how you could use the internet platform to more advantage for yourself than just talking to people one-on-one.
Well, if you're talking to one person at one time, it's nice, and they can go off and tell their, 5 friends about it, or however many people they tell about it. But let's say that people go type that into a search engine all the time. Let's say that people type in, how do I adjust my blah 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 instrument in the field? Or adjusting da 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 instrument in the field. And what better way to show somebody than video? Video is soon to be 90% of the information consumption online, which means people are going to be looking at video far more than they're going to be reading anything. Your website is good for branding. It's your name, it's your URL, it's your branding right there on the website and stuff. But you write a blog post called How to Adjust da-da-da instrument in the field, and you explain it really nicely. Put in all the little appropriate keywords, which, it sounds intimidating, but it's just a skill you learn. It doesn't take that long. Everything that I say that sounds like, oh my gosh, how would I ever learn that? I can teach you. It's not that hard. It's just a skill set you learn. Just like, at one time when you were in first grade, reading was really hard, and then you practiced a little bit, and then now it's not so hard. It's the same thing, so don't get freaked out about that. But you write a blog post that says how to adjust da-da-da instrument in the field. You write a nice little thing about it. You make yourself a little YouTube video, and you call it how to adjust da-da-da-da instrument in the field. And then you take that video and you embed it in that blog post, so that whenever somebody comes across that blog post called how to adjust da-da-da instrument in the field, they see a video right there and like, oh, wow, that's cool. Or they might just be looking it up in YouTube, and it'll still be in YouTube. And they can just look up how to adjust it, and then you're the expert, you're the authority. You answered the question that they needed answered, and it's kind of an obscure question in that case, so they're appreciative. And then you connect with that person and you say, sign up here and I will send you tips and tricks on all this handy surveying stuff, and connect with me, and here's my Facebook page and here's my Twitter account, and connect with me so that, if you have any questions, shoot me a line. Offer somebody something of value, which is, if you need help, ask me. I might be able to help you, People appreciate that. People don't appreciate hearing, buy my stuff. You really need to purchase stuff from me because my stuff is awesome and you need to buy it. But if you're saying, I'm going to help you, I'm going to make your life easier, people, of course, they love that. So you do that. You use your blog and you use your videos to offer people something of value, and then say, sign up right here, I have more of value. And then you develop this list of people who want your valuable information input, and then you have their permission.
So, content marketing is not a difficult thing to learn. What do you think is the role of a service like ours if this stuff is so easy to learn anyway?
What's the role of a service like ours? Content marketing is a skill set. It's not as simple as falling off a log, but it's, it's a skill set. You can learn basics of what you need in a few hours, and then as you start putting it into practice, you just learn more and more. And basically, it depends on how tech savvy you are, how much. Some people do everything on their own. They take off and they do, like you said that your dad was. He did everything on his own. He did all his own plumbing because nobody's going to be messing with his plumbing. He was going to do all his own taxes because nobody had any business touching his taxes. Not everybody's like that. Some people would rather just take a shortcut and say, hey, teach me what I need to know so I can hit the ground running. Most people are like that. I was like that. And, if a service like ours is really good to simplify the process and cut down the learning curve, and so that you can really put it into practice really quickly and you don't have to reinvent the wheel and ask all the questions that are easy. They're easy questions, but they're not easy if you don't know them. So you have somebody there to answer the questions.
So I'd say a coaching and mentoring service is something that helps people overcome intimidation that they just wish they didn't have. And once they get over that, then we can get them rolling on their own, and they can take off and manage all this stuff on their own. But at the beginning, they're just afraid to do it.
Afraid to do it, and really, like I said, it's not as simple as falling off a log. It is a skill that you learn. So how long do you want to take to learn it? And do you have any background in this anyway? If you're already familiar with WordPress, if you already know all the basics of WordPress, but you just haven't been using it to your full potential, or you never thought to incorporate video, or you didn't really think about sharing it on Facebook pages, and you don't quite know how to find the people, blah, 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 and you don't quite know how to do the stuff, whatever. If you already know all about it, then good, you have a great head start, and you may well be on your way.
I think that's true of every specialty that I've ever been involved in. I felt like once I got into it, this stuff is just so dirt simple. Why are people coming to me? But the thing is, that's how everybody feels about their job. Once you learn to do what you know how to do, it's dirt simple to you, so you wonder to yourself, what are people coming to me for? But there's really a lot of intimidation to people who don't do what you do. So
Sure.
yeah.
And it's easy to take for granted the skill set that you've developed over time. If you were an expert in your field for 12 years, and you grew up in a surveying family, and you just gained a wealth of knowledge, so it's easy to take it for granted. But the other people who really want to learn what you know but don't have 12 years, they may very well pay you and say, hey, I want to know what you know, but I don't want to learn it all by myself and have it take 12 years. I want to know it in a year.
And then some people don't want to take off and do it on their own. They'd rather you keep doing it for them anyway. They just want to understand something about it.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I think we probably covered about everything that we wanted to that I can think of, unless you have further comments.
Well, I just think that I wanted to bring up the fact that YouTube video marketing is the most prominent type of online marketing right now. People go to YouTube more and more all the time to type in their queries because they'd rather get a visual video answer than have to try to sort through written material and whatever. So it's not intimidating. It's not as difficult as it sounds. It could sound intimidating, but like I said, this is simple stuff. The people are online searching for answers, and I'm not a rocket scientist, and I can tell you for sure that there are, a lot of people that know a lot more than me. But I was able to learn and, know a lot about WordPress and how to set up social media stuff and stuff like that. And you can, I can teach you and you can learn for your business and hit the ground running. And it's just not, don't become intimidated or think, oh, this sounds too complicated for me. This is something, if you want to take one blog post and one video, you can do that in a couple of hours a week. So don't feel like you're going to have to be a slave to your media program. It's not going to be that complicated.
If people want to learn what we've been talking about in a little more detail, where would you send them?
Go to content marketing, strategycontentmarketing.com, and on the right hand side there is a form you just put in your name and email address, maybe phone number, I think, and we will send you an email. We'll be connected with you then, and you'll receive our contact information, so you'll be able to get a hold of us with any questions that you have.
Great, and watch the video. I like Kristen's video. She did a really good, really complete job. She covered just about anything anybody could basically want to know about content marketing in pretty intense detail. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you on the next video, huh?
Yeah.